Hello everyone, welcome back to our another video of Microsoft Azure Learning Series. Just a quick recap of what we have studied so far in this module. So in this module we covered what are the various Azure Compute Services. So Azure Compute Services is an on-demand computing service that provides computing resources such as disks, processors, memory, networking and operating systems. So these are the various Azure Compute Services: Azure Virtual Machines, Azure App Services, Azure Container Instances, Azure Kubernetes Service, and Azure Windows Virtual Desktop. Okay, so in the previous video, we have already seen what is Azure Virtual Machine Service. So just a quick look. Azure Virtual Machines are software emulations of physical computers. So it's like what you have locally at your workspace, like your laptop or computer. So those are the machines which you have. So these are the software emulations of physical computers. Means these are same like your laptop or desktop, just they are running virtually in the Microsoft Azure data center. So they are virtual server. Okay. So on a single physical server in Azure, you can have as many as virtual machines. Okay. So it provides us with a virtual processor, memory, storage, and networking, like all of the components of our physical computer. So it is actually infrastructure as a service. So it provides offering that provides total control and customization. So you can customize what operating system you need and what application or runtime you can select. Okay, means if you want to run Java application or database, it all depends on you. Azure will just provide you with the virtual machine, and then you can customize it as per your need. Next we had seen this walkthrough, like create a virtual machine. So we created two virtual machine, one Windows virtual machine and one Linux virtual machine. So we have already done this task of creating a virtual machine in the Azure portal. Connect to the virtual machine. So we actually connected to the virtual machine. We used RDP for connecting to the Windows virtual machine, and we used SSH for connecting to the Linux virtual machine. Then we installed the web server role and hosted our basic web page. So this was the task we have done already in our previous lab videos. So this is the first compute service which we have already seen, that is Azure Virtual Machines. Now next compute service is Azure App Services. So Azure App Services is a fully managed platform to build, deploy and scale web apps and APIs quickly. Works with .NET Core, Node.js, Java, Python or PHP. Platform as a service offering with enterprise grade performance, security and compliance requirement. So Azure App Services is basically a fully managed web application hosting platform. Means you can host your web application which are either written in these languages, either Node.js, Java, Python or whatsoever. So you can host your web application. So this is a platform as a service offered by Azure, which allows you to focus on designing and building your application. So you just have to focus on designing and building the application and deploying it. You don't need to worry about the infrastructure on which it is running. So because Azure takes care of the infrastructure to run and scale your applications. So once you deploy your applications, you don't need to worry about the infrastructure. Like in virtual machine, you have to customize your infrastructure, choose the operating system, and then update your operating system and patch it regularly, take backups of your virtual machine. So in Azure App Services, all you have to just do is create and deploy your web application. Azure will take care of the backend infrastructure and the operating system also. Patching of the operating system, auto scaling means suppose demands increases for your application, so Azure will automatically increase the virtual machines which are running your web application in the Azure App Services. So you don't need to worry about the infrastructure here. So it is a platform as a service, just used to deploy and scale your web application. So it makes the deployment of web application very easily. Also it provides various features like custom domain, means you can have your own domain and various other features based on the service plan you select. So we will see what are service plan in our next hands-on video. So for now, just remember that this is a platform as a service which is fully managed to host your web application. So this is the task we will be doing in our next hands-on video, like create an app service, create a new web app by using a Docker image stored in Azure Container Registry. We won't be doing this Azure Container Registry part yet. Okay. So we will deploy Azure Web Services, but the Docker image won't be stored in the Azure Container Registry. Azure Container Registry is basically just a service which is used to store your images. So using that image, you can create containers. So it's just a registry. So create a web app using a Docker image, test the web app. So we will be doing this walkthrough and task in our next video. So I hope you understood what is Azure Web Service. So we have seen now two compute services, which is Azure Virtual Machines, and the next one is Azure Web App Service. So thank you for watching. Stay tuned for the next video, which we will be doing hands-on of this Azure Web App Service. Bye.